welcome back to Licensathon 2026. Guys, gals, and non-binary pals, it is time for a classic Shonen Jump series turned into a major card game that has always taken the world by storm year after year, time and time again. And folks, we've got our very own Mageius to bring you one of the classics of its time, for the handheld, of course. It's time for Yu-Gi-Oh! And Mage, take us away.
Thanks, Tempest. Before I get started, I've got a few things to explain about this game. One of which is the fact that you see how we have some cards banned. This game is it is the second of the World Championship Tournament games. One of the nicest things is, you see this nice old banned list? Well, let's go to the next game, shall we? Of course, saving. You won't be seeing that screen during the speedrun, as we'll be using the Japanese version, in English of course. But if you notice, ta-da! Completely different list. That is one of the actual things about this game, is we have to actually play around that ban list. There are 4 of those. We will be taking advantage of that in being able to actually shove cards out of our opponent's decks, as they have to deal with the list too. There is an entire actual thing, thanks to generic mad scientists, of like knowing how yada yada cards they replace it with, yada yada. I have not even tried to memorize that, and I've got a whole pile of notes on that one there. But one other thing I need to show you is, see the card shop here? Say hi to Grandpa.
Hi, Grandpa.
This. Let me come closer to this so I can show this off.
Oh, wait, I think I know what he's doing.
Yep, got the Offerings Doomed pack. That's right, we can manipulate these packs. We know the sequence. Well, I should say I found that one out, but it is a sequence, and we can reset to actually reset that back to the beginning. So I will be trying to do that when I can. Also, this game was the last game with without having to own a card to be able to use the password system, but it costs us 1,000 DP each time, so we have to actually pick those properly. Anyway, that sort of gives a basics on that one. For the deck, well, I'll explain later, but for those that know the trading card game turned Tempo, you're gonna enjoy this. So let's quit out to here, swap over to the actual game we're going to be using. And Tempest, if you want to, try dropping like my actual just notes into chat, because I think people want to skim through there. You don't have to know everything on that one there. But I'll get started in a 3, a 2, a 1, a let's go.
Good luck, man.
Thanks, Tempest. So at the start, I've got to listen very closely here to listen to an audio cue to try to get the pack I want. It's okay if I don't get it the first time. I can work without other stuff, but I'll give it at least 1 to 2 chances. 2, 3, 4. Did I get it? No, but I got the actual red rare pack on that one. Which rarities, there are several of them. I'm hoping for the card Tribute to the Doomed, which is essentially a card that is discard a card, destroy a monster either face up or face down, and it is a common. It's like 40 some commons in here with other rares, and 2, 3, 4. Let's see, am I getting the timing correct for it? Petite Angel, no, but I got the other rare again. I'll give it 1 to 2 more tries. I can work without it, but I prefer to show you all just give it the best foot forward. And the nicest thing is since it's the beginning of the speedrun, it's very fast to actually just reset on that one if needed. Usually 4, 2, 3, 4. Okay. I got the Defense Shogun, 1 off, but I'll take the Copycat and the German Faction. That'll work, I guess. Not the worst, but not the best. Good enough monster support so I can work with it. And now that we've got everything beginning, we're going to pass some days. Like I said before, we want an actual to take advantage of the ban lists. So the game has 4 of them. We start on the 2nd one, and it changes every Monday. So we're going to the 4th one. So this is week 3, this list, and I'll explain why shortly. on that one there, because I've got to keep count, and I will be, for marathon safety, do the check of the ban list just to make sure I'm on the correct week. But essentially, week 4's list has the most banned cards, and because we're just at the start, we want to have at least a halfway decent list to work on and to work with, because we don't really have much. Yep. As you can see, both Dark Hole and Change of Heart being banned. So we'll pay 100 to enter our first tournament. Now we're going to spend the rest of our money to immediately go get some more cards. 2, 3. Ding. Let's see, is it in the pattern? No, but I got good stuff for that one there. Oh no, got it in the blue rare. Nice. And opening Megamorph too. The power of actually being able to manipulate some things. And now we're finally going to start building our deck. So we're first and foremost going to go over here, sort. You see it is faster to actually manually build our deck. And if you notice, I pulled up the favorites option. Although not 100% confirmed, the more we see, the more times I've played, the more we tend to notice and get more cards if they are favorited. So it helps us out. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yep, we want that there. Definitely that. Definitely the Dream Count because it's removal. Saki. Magical Hat. 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Now we'll do that for spells. Of course, it's a lot faster, and I'll try to explain some of it. Part of the reason we favorite cards is not only do we want to see them, but also because it makes it easier for editing. Oh, nice. 1, 2, 3, Draconic Attack. Left with Nuzzler. Yeah, close enough with what we've got without the 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Not Call to the Grave. 2, 3. Over here. Eternal Rest. Fissure. That there, that there. Block Attack, Giant Trunade. Go down here. Libel's Guardian. That Germ Attack. Nuzzler. Sort of deep-seated, and I guess Megamorph will be... yeah, throw an Elves Late too, just for the safety of that one there. And that will be our opening deck for the first 3 matches.
Megamorph is such a good card to have too. Like,
oh, we buy it as a password. Full game runs, we buy it as a password thanks to using Kaiba's Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon via Cyberstein, which I won't be able to show you at KC Cup. But also say hi to our first opponent. Hi, opponent!
Hello, opponent. And yes, I like... oh, ugh, I'm already tongue-tied. What the heck? But Megamorph, when I think of that card, I am also immediately reminded of Forgotten Memories.
Your Forbidden Memories?
Forbidden Memories. Forgotten Memories, Forbidden Memories. Ah!
Also, one fun thing I will say, if you notice me actually going into manually timing things, and because we started a new game, I don't have to worry about resetting the actual settings. The game remembers it. So we're going to set this up here, use the Roboku to flip up Karate Man. And one of the nice things about the game is the game prioritizes and checks attacking over other stuff, so we can manipulate a lot of things with that. And Big Bang Shot, Freed. Okay, I'm going to test that first to see if that is a 7 tools. Good, good. Don't have to worry much then. And the one thing about Karate Man is we can use its ability to help with dealing more damage. 7 colored, Harpy's brother. So we'll go 7 colored so we can equip that Big Bang Shot. And you can start to seeing like how often I am getting cards that were favorited. No joke. One of in a 40 card deck. I'm not even going to try to do the math, but we're going to take advantage of that where we can. And because I have a 1000 attack monster in attack position, our opponent is most likely going to summon something in attack position and attack it. I say most likely because I didn't really get into the... There's always cards that the game will give our opponents to counter us. Named duelists have actual... have an actual deck cohesively, and cards that they have to have removed will be taken out from their deck because of the ban list and replaced with normal monsters. But for unnamed NPCs, they just get a very basic deck, and we just don't have to worry as much. But cards they give us, cards they give them are based off of what we have. So, oh, and I will point out in chat, yes, Yatagarasu is in this game. It is banned all 4 weeks, and sadly, well, to be fair, we can't really use it. Ooh, Monster Reborn? Yeah, I'll Monster Reborn, just give it extra monster just to be safe. But, you know, I'll do that there to give me an extra 2,000 attack. It's also a warrior, so Draconic attack can be put on it for extra power. So that will help guarantee that we will guarantee a win.
And something I gotta give credit to with Konami is that between these games, it seems there's been like a very consistent use of sound effects, because the menu sound effect for selecting stuff is very much what I recall from Forbidden Memories. So yeah,
to a degree. And as you can see here, Hane Hane, or Hane, pick your pick, is one of the monsters that it will give them based on what we have in our deck. If we have 6 or more level 4 or higher monsters, it guarantees our opponent 1 copy of Hane Hane, Man-Eater Bug, and Penguin Soldier. I don't have the entire list in front of my head for the other stuff, but essentially if we have 11 or more, it guarantees them cards like Mirror Force, Torrential Tribute, and a lot of other little things, which we will be taking advantage of later. And oh dear god, Yugi. Not the best opening opponent, but it's better than nothing. That one there. Should hopefully be able to work it. In worst case, I do have the ability to save. 7 color, Giant Grenade, Reinforcements, Masaki. Okay, so I'm going to have to play around Yugi's best monster as a level 4, which is a copy of Gemini Elf. Please God, no rituals, no rituals, no rituals. Well, he also has, okay. Well, we got lucky there. So first things first, I'm going to Giant Trunade. Okay. So I can play around some things. Fiend Sword, sort of deep-seated. So Fiend Sword here. That stops in here. Note, I am choosing to not really do anything down there because of what it could be. Okay, Sinister Serpent, that means he bricked. That means he really does not have good monsters in his hand, and although Sinister Serpent will keep coming back, it's better than it could be. So I'm going to still set that there. Sword is deep-seated, however, I'm going to choose to have that on the Fiend Sword rather than the other, so I can use reinforcements to act as removal and tempo. Tempo is very hard to explain and also weak 4, so I have to worry about a few things. These cards I don't have to worry about. But let's lead off with a Karate Man to bait out Travel. One of the cards that the opponent naturally does have. And because of the math, we'll play it like this. Hopefully not a magic cylinder. Okay, good, not a magic cylinder. Like I said before, he did brick, so most of his stuff is back row. And the opponent is sort of coded to use monsters as soon as they can, they're coded to use spells and traps as soon as possible. So, as you can see, it's very easy to manipulate some of the stuff on that one. Nice 1600 off of that there. But for this one, we have to actually play match format, which is best of 3. So it takes back Sinister Serpent. Okay, still Sinister Serpent, so that means I'm going to want to play in a good way. Okay, so no trap hole. We'll play this first and have this attack here. So since he did not set anything new, I don't have to worry about a magic cylinder, which he does have access to. So we're going to attack here. And because of what I've got set up, if our opponent draws anything that is 1900 attack monster, he will summon it. If all we had was 1900 or higher, he will always set. As even in the event of a tie, our opponent will always set. Okay. So Mahavilo will attack that. And since it's the damage step, the most confusing step in all of Yu-Gi-Oh!, the game's coded to actually let us do this without it being countered. Unlike normal Yu-Gi-Oh!, where we would actually be able to use, where they would be normally able to use a Seven Tools of the Bandit. Sorry, took me a minute to think about that one, as they do have copies of it. Since if we have more than, I believe it's 5 spell cards, they get a copy of Magic Jammer. I think it's like 7 or 8. They get a second one, and I forget if they get a third or not. They don't get a third, but I forget. Anyway, that as far as traps go, if we have 4 traps at minimum. I think it's 4 or 5. They get a copy of Seven Tools of the Bandit. It's like 6. They get a copy. They get a second copy, and anything more than that, it's an automatic Jinzo. But Jinzo, luckily enough, is banned 3 of the weeks. So we're just gonna use this. So trap hole there. Notice I use that to be able to actually determine what they have out, which is one thing we really want to be able to do. Okay, off. Because that I know none of them are a Magic Jammer, which is good. And although one is a trap hole, we're going to set this up, take heal 15 since no back row. Well, no monsters at present, so 3 spells and traps. None of them are Magic Jammer. Okay. So got all that there. Could still be a few other things, but what we're going to do is use this here, bait it out. Bait out that trap hole that we know about. Now, is it worth it? No. I'm going to save the Reborn to be able to use that to keep our... to basically be able to revive a monster. Now, since it's also a best of 3, we have access to always conceding if needed. Okay, Yugi bricked. Thank God. So we're going to use Malevolent Nuzzler here. And sometimes you get very lucky and our opponent here will brick. See, 5, what's that? What's that? 40. Now it's still going to save the Reborn in hand. That one there just to play it safe. As Goblin Attack Force going into defense is good, but it won't finish it off. Won't finish him off. This way, whatever he summons, if he gets a monster, will be a set. Okay, nope. Free win! Woohoo! Okay, trap hole.
Reborn. Good easy.
Normally, Yugi is not this easy. He actually does have his ritual monsters, including Blackluster Soldier, the normal one at 3,000, and a copy of Dark Magician of Chaos at 2,800. Oh, Magician of Black Chaos, not DMOC. DMOC, for those that don't know, is shorthand for Dark Magician of Chaos.
Yeah, one of the things about ritual monsters is that, like, they're hard to pull out. But, like, that's kind of the idea. If you're able to pull off the steps, then summoning them is essentially your reward. It's like...
You're getting a powerful monster by basically using cards on that one there, right?
Yes. Yes.
I will say, Kazuki Takahase, the creator of Yu-Gi-Oh!, God rest his soul, sadly, really did like ritual monsters. And now we're going over to the enter the next tournament, as we have to enter 4 of these in order to get to the next tournament. And I need to adjust my deck, of course. And okay, I think I forgot my deck. Well, we'll have a chance. Also say hi to Mokuba, Kaiba's younger brother. Tweet, tweet, tweet.
I actually saw Mokuba's voice actress at a recent con. I wasn't able to say hey, but like Terra Sands was there, so hey, shout out to Kineticon.
But yeah, well, that's one tournament I'm gonna have to redo. So let's just pretend that didn't happen. We'll go back through.
Yeah, no, it did not happen. It simply did not. By the way, I actually didn't know that Takahashi-sensei loved ritual monsters.
Loved ritual monsters, cool. Loved tabletop RPGs, which is one of the things I love about this, because you can see the RPG elements in there. And crap, I forgot to swap my deck out again. Yeah, let's reconstruct that deck, shall we? Go to edit the deck. We'll go up to here. Wait, I forgot to take out those banned cards. Oops. We'll go like this again. So that's week 3. See, the history for like what's been needed to win this has been a whole mixture and grab bag over the years. It's well, at least this time we'll remember our deck. But we need to unlock certain characters to get to the next tournament. So here's hoping I remembered to remove those cards. Well, let's double check, shall we? Yeah, we should be good. We should be good. We should be good. Oh, crap, I forgot to take them out again. And... okay, if you all haven't been able to tell right now, I've been fooling you on that one there. Last August, turns out, thank you me, you don't need to win 4, you just need to win 1. And technically, you can not even have to enter them to unlock the other... You still have to enter them to unlock the other characters, but if you don't, then you won't unlock the limited tournament, which is the tournament after the KC Cup. But I need to count now, so we're at week 6. Because I have to wait till week 8 to enter the next tournament. Thursday. Friday. And it's precise on that one there, because if I screw up, I've got to wait another 8 weeks. So this is week 7. And positive note is I can always check the top of the screen to be able to see when it says that I am on the right week, if I am on the right week. Sunday, Monday, should be KC Cup. Let's check quick. Here is the My House. We'll say something about the KC. Registration is open in for that. Yep. God, got the real long scrolling text. Normally I go out on Friday just because if we're going to the shop and we need to go there, unless we're buying a deck, it's on Friday or when we're out already. Also say hi, Mako. The freaky fish guy.
Yep, the freaky fish guy.
So
hi, Mako.
Go here, and now we're going to make a copy of this. Slot 2. Go here, and now I need to make a count. And also swap cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Exact. Good. Also, one of the best things about using the favorite cards is it makes it easier to swap cards. Like this. So, remember how I said that cards, are affected via the ban list, and the game gives cards to counter for our opponent to counter things, and if we have 11 or higher, 1500 attack or higher, level 4 or lower monsters, that gives them Mirror Force, Torrential Tribute, and a lot of other cards. Well, if they naturally don't have the cards, they wouldn't get it, that way. If they do have the cards and it's banned, then they won't have access to it anyway. So, Rex here does not normally have access to the cards, so as long as we drop to 10 cards, level 4 or monsters like that, then we don't have to worry. And with what Rex just played, I'm going to flip this up, because that tells me immediately it either has low defense or it's a flip effect. Change of heart here. Get control of that. Penguin Soldier. Oh, good. I'm just going to do this. That there? No. Sorry, Rex. You don't get your effects. Spirit of the Heart. Big Bang. You also set Spirit of the Heart on that. Spirit of the Heart on that one. Plus 400. Yeah, I'll equip that to there. Use that there. It's all about setting up the next few turns, doing some Yu-Gi-Oh! The term Yu-Gi-Oh! BS crap, I believe, is the meme. Anyway, we're going to do this here, and we're going to bait Rex into actually trying to attack our face down. His highest normal summonable monster is 1600 attack without having to deal with stuff from the game's perspective of filling up slots to get him to 40 cards. So we're just gonna hang tight with that, have him take some damage. I could have used Reliable Guardian there, but meh. Goblin Attack Force, Fissure. Okay, that there, yes. Thank you for your service. Spirit of the Harp. You will be missed. I say that lovingly because that'll be the next monster to be attacked. Goblin Attack Force can get attacked, but most likely the game is sometimes smart enough to realize it won't change to attack position until next turn, so we'll usually go for something like Spirit of the Harp. And with Fissure out, we'll be able to get rid of the next monster anyway. And we also have another monster in hand to be able to take advantage of things. Like I said. Okay, choosing that to prioritize that because of the fact of having 0 defense. Sometimes the opponent will compare attacks and defenses, sometimes it won't. It varies. 600... Hey Tempest, what's 16 plus 8?
16 plus 8, that's 24.
Okay, good. We don't have to do anything else. Thought so. But, like I just said, like, sometimes you just gotta do some quick maths to make sure you can win fast.
Yeah, I almost thought I tripped myself up a little bit. I thought I was like 1 or 2 off.
Yeah, I was like, I'm pretty sure I've got game at the very minimum, but I just wanted to make sure. And Twitch math. And lucky us, we're going first. If they were going first, the game, in almost all circumstances, is going to set a monster. So we can use that to our advantage. See, Misaki, Deep-Seated, Eternal Rest. Okay. Sacrifice a monster if I want to. Don't likely do that one. 16, yeah. Okay. We'll use that there, Sword of the Deep-Seated, to power it up to 1600, which ties his highest attack monsters, which he has 6 of them, 3 copies of each. And if you've never played Yu-Gi-Oh, think of it almost like D&D. And him getting the X-Head Cannon there means that is not normal to his deck. That is one of the cards the game gave him to help counter our strategy. And now, because we actually have some stuff, I don't want to actually waste my morale by using Eternal Rest. I could... Oh, wait, I forgot it is 1800. Yeah. When you make a mistake, you make a mistake. So, I'm gonna have to use this here, use that there, play that on that one there. I'll have to deal with him having a monster still. But if he tributes for it, which he probably will not... It's game 2, so Reflect Bounder, yes. Yep, Reflect Bounder. Do that there. Attack. I'll go in the order of this here, then his other monster. Actually, yeah, attack there, attack there. Okay. I'm trying to think ahead if I want to actually keep the... Actually, yeah, set, attack, attack. Yeah, I'll push through on that one there. I was debating whether or not the 1800 attack using Reflect Bounder's effect would be better than having it be destroyed. A setting. Most likely that is not a flip effect, but we'll throw that there. SD spell, Sword of the Deep-Seated. I'll load up all the equipment on my one creature here just to play around the possibility of a flip effect, as Penguin Soldier won't target any monster we have not... Basically, Mini Bug, Penguin Soldier, and Hane Hane will not target monsters that are attacking them unless there's no other monsters to choose via either face down or with a few other exceptions there. So, German Faction, yeah, we'll hold off with that one there. Save Eternal Rest. I'm going to gamble that that is not a flip effect. Luckily, if not, we still have... Why do I open my big mouth? Play around one only to get screwed over by the other. Level Nuzzler, no. But we automatically do have to deal with Sword of the Deep-Seated to be put on top of their deck, so we are locked out of a draw, technically. But what we've got in hand is relatively good enough. I'm going to hold off playing any equipped spells. One of the several types of spells. Hey Tempest, do you want to try to explain to them the rules of Yu-Gi-Oh? Or at least the basics?
Yeah, absolutely. So, for those that are unfamiliar with how a normal duel in Yu-Gi-Oh goes, the objective is you have to beat your opponent by reducing their life points to 0. Most battles or most duels have both opponents at 8,000 life points. And whenever you decide to put down a monster, How it works is you can do so once per turn, unless you are the first to go. Or actually, no, you can do so on the first turn if you are the first to go. Here, I'll mention where I meant to say that correction there.
Yeah.
Essentially, when you go first, you're not allowed to attack. So that's the thing. Anyway, you're allowed to set down a monster once per turn, and you can do so either in attack position or defense position. And when you do so in defense position, it's face down. Some monsters have effects, some of which can be activated by flips. Others have effects that have a certain trigger condition to them. You can normally tell if a monster has an effect by the orange card background, whereas non-effect monsters have that yellowish background to them. And then each monster usually has attack points and defense points. Now, if a monster attacks another in attack position, the opponent that is... Okay, so the target that is getting attacked will basically... I should...
Essentially, they will take damage. It's attack, subtraction, maths, all that stuff. And for defensive stuff, 1350, yeah, I'm just gonna do this.
I just find it funny because I was like, I know exactly what I was going to say.
Yeah, it's like card games.
A little bit.
That's why I just shortened it to think D&D with spells, traps, and all the other stuff. Typical stuff.
The thing is that most people don't understand when you're attacking a monster in defense position and you're destroying it, the opponent is not going to lose life points. If you attack a monster in attack position or defense position and your total points of attack are much lower, you'll be taking the damage, and depending on which position they're in, it'll also determine if your monster gets destroyed.
Yes. Also, very interesting and nice Rex. Pray for me right now, all. I'm at essentially the roadblock in the earlier game, and the reason why I made a copy of our deck at the beginning was to essentially make it easier so I didn't have to edit. Weevil has a lot of flip effects. This is where you would want that tribute to the doomed, but we've got options, and going first is nice. His highest attack monster, without tribute, is surprisingly Jiraigumo. And we want him to lose every coin flip for that one there, as Jiraigumo's effect will cost him half of his life points. Yeah, throw that there, hope for defensive thing. Excuse me. Okay, 1300. Good for us. We got him to do that there. Flip here. Yes, in this instance, I will build that there. And if you're wondering why he summoned a lower attack monster, he summoned a higher attack monster than our monster, but the way the game checked its math. So I'm going to use Dispel here to check the back row. See what it is. Call the Haunted. Okay, so he'll be bringing that back if I summon an attack position. So, yeah. Summon that there, yes. We'll bring that back. 13 there.
With the overall gameplay of Yu-Gi-Oh! As well is that you've noticed mage using spell cards and trap cards. Spell cards and trap cards are the other common types of cards that a duelist can use to put the battle to their advantage. Each of them have different various effects and conditions, such as how spell cards might there's like equip spell cards, which is you literally attribute its effect to a specific monster. There's trap cards where there can be a continuous trap where after the effect happens once, it can continue to happen again as long as the card is still in play. There's for instance, the Dark Hole card that Mage used is good for, or Trap Hole I should say, is good for destroying a selected monster. I can't believe I just mistakenly said Dark Hole.
It's okay. It's okay. And oh good God, really, Rex? Please give me a monster. I'm gonna have to set this up here, set that there, wait, and hope the heck that I am reading it correctly on the back row. Okay, because I know where he's going to attack. Just the faith will help me with that one. Ugh, love it. He gets the coin flip correct. Luckily, I can save if needed. Don't want to have to rely on the games. They don't save if needed. Is that there? Spear of the Harp there. I know his face down is a flip effect now. there. We want to
Another
set
thing
this
worth
up.
mentioning, in case it wasn't obvious, is that Mage is playing on one of the more modern Yu-Gi-Oh collections that Konami recently released, and as the overlay here for the marathon is stating, he is playing on the Switch 2. So, yeah, one of those things where
Yep.
these old Yu-Gi-Oh games are now a bit more accessible.
Good. Glad I set that up perfectly. So, yep. One of 7 tools of the bandit that to negate that trap. There. Okay. Yes. 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 Okay. I want to do that there. Yeah. Let's flip this up here. I'm gonna take a gamble here. Get back the Big Bang shot. Have that attack here. What I'm gonna do is have this get rid of the Jiraigumo. Deal 100. I'm going to try and take a little bit of life points. Actually, nah. I'm going to wait there. That one there, hoping that he will summon something out that I can take advantage of some stuff. Okay, 1650, that'll work. That'll work good enough. This will draw his attack away from the the Goblin attack force. Okay, Sangin's good enough for me. Can't switch it just yet. I've already used... I don't think I've used Penguin Soldier yet, so I'll throw this out here. No trap hole.
Yeah, something else to mention about the gameplay is that whenever a card is sent to the graveyard, normally it's not able to come out of the graveyard, but there are some effects and conditions that can bring it back out. There's also a secondary type of card removal called remove from play, in which that case, normally you are not supposed to do anything with that card anymore. Sometimes there are also ways that you can still bring a card back or have an effect apply to remove from play. Yu-Gi-Oh! Has had various different, like,
terms over the years and everything else like that. And actually, they have a term for that now. It's called banished.
Banished, yes. That's what I meant. Remove from play, banished. I did know that. The thing about this game is that this naturally takes place during the first Yu-Gi-Oh! Era, so the dual monsters that started it all.
Yep.
And this was before GX, which put a bit more of a focus onto fusion monsters, but fusion monsters are still very much a thing at this point, in which normally you need a card like Polymerization in order to combine 2 monsters into a much stronger monster. So a good example of that being Blue Eyes White Dragon. You can combine 3 of them into the Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon. There's also Cursed Dragon and what's it now? Gaia
the Fierce Knight into the card Gaia the Dragon Champion. Took me a minute too.
And then there's also some very interesting monsters as well. For instance, Baby Dragon and the 1,000-Year Dragon, which invokes the Time Wizard, for instance.
Yep.
So, yeah,
the old game, it's like they have some stuff that reference things to make it seem cooler.
And then GX essentially souped the heck out of Fusion and essentially made it into something way more powerful. Like Elemental Heroes, anybody?
Yep. And his attacks 14. Okay, Giant Tornado down there, Copycat. Yeah, I'm just gonna do this, get rid of his monster here, deal damage, and I took Copycat over at Penguin Soldier so I can take advantage of its ability to get rid of one of his monsters. Not the fastest Weevil win, but you try to beat Weevil as fast as you can because he is a pain in the ass.
I still remember when there was a Yu-Gi-Oh! Burger King
McDonald's.
Or McDonald's, I should say. Yeah, McDonald's. And I remember getting a Happy Meal with the card Penguin Soldier, but I believe one of my friends from the neighborhood really wanted that, so I agreed to trade it with what she got. And I think it was... Oh gosh, was it the tomato? I think it was the tomato. Although, you know, it's been so long that I've kind of forgotten. And also that McDonald's location has since been gone. I believe it's, funnily enough, been replaced with a Dairy Queen ever since, which is still very much in operation. But, yeah, just one of my memories.
This is good.
And, yeah, I think, suffice to say, those were the simpler days. Because, like with most franchises, like, you know, Pokemon, Digimon, all that stuff, things got, like, much more...
complicated.
I want to say complicated. Yeah, I want to say complicated. much more.
No, just let him summon. Sorry, thinking out loud for the next moves ahead.
Yeah, you're good. You're good. As long as you. Now
Yeah.
I can't. Now I can talk all the
I
time.
know. I know.
It's 3 times, I guess.
It happens. Okay, 23. Just that. No, I don't want to use reinforcements. I think I've got Weevil beat. Take outlet attack versus attack. 23. 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15. Yeah, that's game.
Nice.
That's
and,
game.
Yeah, that was actually pretty impressive.
Not the best, but not the worst. As long as I equip this here.
I do want to give a quick little tribute to Weevil's voice actor, James Carter Cathcart, who sadly passed away last year. It's been 1 year since, but to think that this was the guy that voiced the one person that could truly beat Exodia. If you know, you know.
Oh, and also get completely and utterly destroyed by Yami Yugi. Draw
Oh,
monster Cardo!
Draw! Monster Cardo! Draw! Monster Cardo!
Cardo.
Such an iconic moment.
Yes. A little bit behind Weevil, but it is what it is. I'm expecting to lose time here. That's why the estimate is what it is. Okay, Boku's great there. Boku's 7 tools, getting a good amount of heals. I'm going to do is times this here. Whenever you're fighting Weevil, you always want to manually time that to actual be on a on attack declaration. Not only can he flip up stuff, but if he draws a Dragumo, you can essentially negate its effect. No, I have the ability to keep it alive, so I'm going to use that castle wall that I set. Castle wall set, keep it alive. Now I gotta decide, do I want to return this to my hand? And I think I'm actually going to do that. I'm going to return this to my hand, not return his monster, so that way he does not set it. No, don't want to chain anything. He'll set a monster. Okay, that's good here. Island Turtle. Penguin Soldier, Gear Free Day and Night. I have 7 tools to Bandit. That's 23. Case needed. He'll set, I'll be able to actually use Penguin Soldier to get rid of his face down. That he will set unless it's a Chiraigumo. In which case, we have the ability to tie it in attack strength, thanks to that reinforcements. Okay, called Haunted Firegrass back. You know what? No. I'm going to play around the fact of maybe he's got a tribute monster. Okay, nope, face down, okay. It's fine by me. So what I'm going to do is reset that Penguin Soldier now. Attack, kill the Firegrass, have him actually either keep his monster face down or summon out, another monster to try to attack, keep the Penguin Soldier alive, to be able to return both of his monsters, or his monster plus his Penguin Soldier. So go like that there. So now I'm going to actually sort of stun lock him. It's a bit slower, but it is a lot more safer to just do this. Bit less damage, but I am now guaranteeing that for the next attack, I will have another clear no monsters on the field, which, if you can imagine, is going to be very useful.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Where do we get to do this?
Say, this is a interesting Game Boy Advance game for sure, because I have a bit more memories of one of the earlier ones before this, and I would also say I've dabbled a little bit in GX Duel Academy. So...
And I get to do something cool. Get rid of his monster, not have it die, and get to do some other stuff.
Ooh. Oh, that sounds like fun, alright.
Let's see... 18 plus
7 colors.
36. The 6 color fish, actually. There's an entire Yu-Gi-Oh! Video from one of the more well-known Yu-Gi tubers, as they call themselves, DZ, about how there's only 6 colors.
And ain't that funny? And I also gotta give it up to how Konami was somehow able to get the card arts onto the GBA, all things considered. Because, like, this is pretty impressive quality. If this, like, looking at these card arts from the Game Boy Advance, it does not look all that compressed as one might assume it to be. And they were still able to fit all of this into what cartridge memory was available.
Yes. Also, if we're talking about, you know, actually honoring those that have gone, may Simo, one of the most famous YouTubers out there, rest in peace. Sadly passed away from, I think it was cancer recently.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
And now we finally get through all that, and I now need some quiet, because we're finally going to be getting an upgrade to the deck.
Alright, sounds good.
Wrong thing on it. Yeah, I'm just going to do this instead because it won't cause any problems on that one there. Mistimed and misread the pack on that one there, so it's all good. It's all good. Don't worry about it. One of those rare things where it's just like autopiloted doing something dumb. Okay, did I get the packs? Got the Trap Jammer. Better. I'll take the Reload, I'll take the Graceful Dice, but not the best options as far as that goes, so gonna have to take a little bit of a backup strategy, but that's why we get the deck we do. 1, 2. Yeah. So, not the best options on that one there. We're hoping to get a lot more than that one there. 2, 2, 2, 2. 3 there, 2 Mahavilo, 2 that there. Founder will have to cover us on some things. Yeah, keep those, keep that. Fiend Sword out, keep that there. Take out Masaki, throw that there, take that out, 2 there. That's no longer needed. Thank you for your service. That out, keep Copycat in. Second Trap Hole, second Fissure, second Reinforcement, stick the T-Spell out. I'm missing stuff on that one there. I'll leave that there for now. Keep sort of deep-seated. Infection out. Keep that there. Keep that there. Keep True Nade in. Keep Draconic Attack. I guess. Keep Big Bang. Use the Reload. I'm gonna need the 7 tools on that one there. All that stuff. So good enough. Dark Hole. Reborn. Change of Hearts. And I'll take out the castle wall just to be safe on that one there. To keep down the deck on that one there. Now we're going to copy this to 2. Swap there. Swap there. That's timing up, but still good enough because we, you know, can do some stuff. And I'm going to have to pull out a photo quick. Because even I keep notes for some things. And now we're on to Mako Tsunami. But it's okay. As I've got to get ready for the match after this, which is when we'll finally be making our second upgrading. Okay, game. Okay, we'll use his field spells. Okay, Gear Freed. Okay, Fissure, Muzzle Big Bang. Okay, so we're gonna have to use Gear Freed here. Gonna have to get rid of his monster. It'll give it a defensive bonus, but here's hoping that it's not one of the good ones. Okay, Amphibious, good. Good, good, good. We'll be able to Fissure with his next follow-up, and we have a lot of equipments to load up on it. Okay, Gale, Renadora. I do love the Japanese name, the actual 2004 World Championship Games name for this monster, if you're playing it in the Japanese. Spiked Horn, I think it's like Spiked-Tailed Lizard.
Oh yeah, that's pretty
accurate.
That sounds straightforward. Pretty straightforward.
Yep. And the one nice thing is, although he gains fouls and life points when playing it, he also loses 2,000 when it's destroyed. So we're gonna equip this here. It's 22. Then we're going to throw Big Bang Shot on this as well.
Basically a temporary health mechanic when you think about it.
Yes, but if we actually draw Monster Reborn, we will be taking it.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Because here's the fun thing. It will actually, if it's destroyed, he'll take the damage.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, because it's still their monster. Ooh, that's spicy.
Yep. It's those little tech pieces that just like, you realize you use. I'm going to keep sort of the deep-seated in hand for now.
Well, Mage, if I could, by the way, there is something I would like to announce.
What's up?
So, folks, we have opened up a new incentive, or rather a new goal, I should say. So, we have been doing phenomenally with how much money we have raised up to now for Transgender Law Center, that we are going to be doing a little something
17.
extra to the mix should we reach our new goal of $1,300. That is $1,300. I can't exactly reveal what this will be just yet. It is a top-level secret, let me assure you that. But it would be taking place tomorrow, and yeah, there will be more to be revealed as we go along.
And now I have to make a quick save because I had to actually take a forfeit on the last one because I was not going to try to run through that one with health comparison. One of the reasons why we pull reload is we want to be able to use that. So let Sangan set that there. I'm going to set the reload so I don't have to deal with the text. I'll use Sangan to actually probably pick up a Penguin Soldier as a follow-up to our next option. Grenadora. Okay, good. We'll be able to destroy that easily enough. And yes, get those donations in for that one. I've heard what it is. I ain't gonna spoil it, but it is worth it. Boku, yes, that. Yes, that. Power there. Load. You want a fissure here. I'll use that fissure. No, we don't need to reload. Gonna have him take 2,000. There. Also going to Waboku here. I'm going to have that on battle phase versus declaring an attack because we want to save time on stuff. 52. Okay, that there. Still have reload to help get us more stuff, and that field spell will help us out even more. Okay, setting. So that is, if we're lucky, it's one of his monsters that actually does not really care about stuff, meaning it's one of his 1800 attack monsters, and as you can see, the fact of use the card as soon as possible, then wasting a field spell. Now we'll use Armored Lizard here.
While you're currently doing that, I do want to say that at this point, my time as host will be done for now, but I will still very much be involved in this run. However, I also need to take a moment.
You need to go get food. Go on, man.
Let's go ahead to the concession stand over here in the tournament. I think I can see it all the way over to where Weevil is. Weevil, don't take the last croutons on me, damn it. And of course I'll be passing on the role of host to our wonderful pal Flotsam. So Flotsam, if you would like to introduce yourself, go right ahead.
Hey, I'm Flotsam. I have gathered a jar of olives from the concession stand. Those that know what I mean by
yes.
olives.
Yep.
Yep. There have been shenanigans the previous day.
Yes, there was. And luckily, we should be able to beat Mako really quickly. I should be able to win next turn. Don't need to use that Monster Reborn. Don't need to use that Dark Hole. I mean, I could, but we have enough power with what's on the field to just get rid of him now. By the way, what's my time looking like?
The time is looking like 50 minutes, 51.5 minutes.
Okay, so not the best, but not the worst. Normally, I'd hope really would be on the next duelist, but You can't see me like bouncing my head side to side, just like, wish it was better, but you take what you can get.
Especially in a marathon.
Yes, that is very true. Let's see, Karate Man, Harpy's brother, that one there, yes, there. I'll set 7 tools the bandit, so I have, in essence, 2,300 points of attack, you know, relative on the field. No, I don't need to do that there. 1,700, because that amphibious Buggerot's effect lets him attack directly as long as Umi's on the field, which shoutouts to a Legendary Ocean, a card that does not exist. And by that I mean rules-wise, it does not exist. Because the card's effect states its name is treated as a Legendary Ocean. Anywhere, even in the deck, so essentially you cannot have 3 copies of it or Umi in the, in your deck at all. So its name is legitimately treated as a Legendary Ocean. It may say, sorry, its name is literally treated as Umi. So meaning the joke of it exists, but there is no such thing as a card named it if any card would require you to call a card's name.
Schrodinger's card.
So just a fun little thing there, and since knowing Mako, I'm just going to attack here since I've got Big Bang shot on this and it will attack directly, so I will essentially get to keep my monster that attacked the Penguin Soldier. Nope, don't care. We've got a monster on that one there, we've got some other stuff, we've got some damage, we can hit through directly. Feel free to set, Mako, feel free to set. Karate Man, I'll throw out Harpy's brother as its monster I can afford to have die if needed, if it's a Penguin Soldier or something else. Hane Hane, okay, good for me. In this instance, I'm just trying to make sure that whatever monster he sets is automatically going to get destroyed. Off turn, Gearfried. I'll just throw out Gearfried because it's the fastest option. I can use the set reinforcements to be able to power up whatever monster I summon if needed. Okay, Maneater Bug, 600, 500. Yeah, I think that's game. If the quick mental math was correct. 29. Yeah, 23. Good enough. Needed it without it, but best to be safe than sorry in this type of a run. So, just like that, we're through Mako. And now on to our next opponent, the lovely Miss Mai Valentine. Now, for those Yu-Gi-Oh fans out there, in chat, and also with donations, tell me, who's your favorite of the actual female duelists? Also, you're getting to see one of the unique things. Oh, wait, I forgot it's Sunday. Now that it's Monday, I can do this. Go here. Go to stats, and since we're in a tournament, we can immediately do this and swap over to actually edit our deck quickly. So we're now.
The female duelist I can remember much about is the one in Yu-Gi-Oh! GX, which used Amazon Archer, I believe.
There was a few. There was even Amazon Swordswoman as one of the characters that turned into a duelist.
I think there was a 7 keys sort of arc.
Yeah, there was a lot of them. And I'm a fan of some of them, you know. That one there. Personally, you know, Taya's good. Personally, I like Alexis or Akiza from 5Ds because they actually gave them the ability to duel. In fact, 5Ds had a lot of good actual characters on that one that had very good deck building skills. Destruction, Mai does have that, so don't have to worry. I don't really worry that much. It's annoying, but it's not the worst. Reload. Okay, let's see what we got. We drew into another trap hole. So, yes, I'll reload now. My guess was, since the game gave me a lot of spells, that would be a copy of Magic Jammer. So we're going to set that because we have a lot of trap holes. to be able to bait in her next monster. Meteor Bug, okay. So we'll lose the Reflect Bounder, sadly. But we'll be able to keep our next monster on the field, Trap Hole the follow-up, and be able to do some cool things. Harpy Lady? So let's get rid of that. Or at least we're not Rex and think that Mice keeps calling it herpes. Thank you, little Karibo, for the old joke. Chapels, we're gonna load up on equipments here. Equip spells. And what I'm going to do is probably next turn swap that to defense. See about bidding up another monster depending on what we get. Oh, good. See, bricked. Bricked meaning C did not get any monster cards. So we're Deep Sea to Mahavilo. Mahavilo's effect gives it an extra 500 attack per every equip. It's 25, 25. Yep, that's enough to win by 50. And I have to make sure to actually use reinforcements on my monster since I'm not going to set it up as a timing to let it remind me of it, since it takes a little too long to do that. And just like that, we've beaten Mai for the first time. Well, round 1.
Can I just come in here with a little bit of trivia?
Feel free.
So, you mentioned 7-color fish as having technically 6 colors. So I went up and looked up the Japanese name for it, just as a hunch.
Is it 6-color
Japanese
fish?
name for 7. It is rainbow fish. I think you can see exactly what happened with the translation there.
Don't know. Let's do a dark hole out, see what we got. Could play around it. I also like the sand reinforcements, so I'll throw out Gearfried, see what he's got there. Okay, Torrential. Nah, not worth part of a chain, so I'm going to take the surrender here. I can play out the game, and it's good, but at the same point, and I'm also going to, again, I don't like, relying on the game's actual save system, because it's banned in actual runs. Gotta stay fair with the GBA version, of course, but however, that plus the rewind feature, which I currently have the button that would do that, sort of disabled for my own controller. To make it so that I don't accidentally hit that, because I'm one of those people that, will mash buttons because they can, just keep track of things. So we'll do that here. But those two features make a great way to practice the run in and of itself. Okay, like that. Flip Mahavilo here. 7-colored fish. Deal some damage here. I'll probably follow up with a Dream Clown if I feel like it. Since got rid of one of her Harpy Ladies, and my deck, just like in the anime, is all based on the Harpy Lady. Though she does have some equip cards, and I do leave myself open a tiny bit, but okay, good. Premature Burial. 800. Okay, yeah. Sure game. Well, at the very least, I'm only losing one monster. That's the Harpy Lady. Okay, so I can just get rid of both Harpy Ladies. Give me an equipment, please. Give me an equip spell or something. Fissure. Okay, I'm gonna have to do things in order here. So I'm gonna have to use Harpy Lady. Gonna have to use both of my monsters to get rid of her Harpy Ladies, then main phase 2, use that fissure to get rid of the remaining monster on the field. As Fissure's effect is lowest attack. Destroys the lowest attack monster on my opponent's side of the field, so gotta make sure that lowest attack monster happens to be that Harpy Lady's sister, which she can't get back. And we're gonna loop up here. Fissure, and take control of the field. As if I didn't explain earlier, tempo. Penguin Soldier. One of those cards that the game naturally gives them. 1550, okay, so I can attack over the Penguin Soldier. That the Skull Red Bird. Shoutouts to the highest normal summoned monster, level 4 or lower from Legend of Blue Eyes format. On the very first set. Well, in English. So now I'm going to go for the damage here.
I was just going to comment that while the meta has advanced to fancy effects and so on, Summon Skull Beatdown was a thing back then.
Yes, it was.
Relying on Summon Skull having very high attack and like resistance to traps, I think.
It was more that it was very searchable. Meaning you could actually summon it pretty quickly. Or you could use a lot of little cards to get through things to make it easier. And looks like we'll get to win here. Now, we're going to finally get to do something I really love. So, I said at the beginning that we would be using passwords. We now have a decent amount of money. So we're going to be doing that. And so we're immediately going to go to the shop and start doing that. But we're also going to pick up some more quick play cards because we want to be able to use stuff during our opponent's turn. There we go! Offerings to the Doomed. I was hoping for that one there. 24178. 4178. 474. 474. Essentially what I am doing now is just buying straight off the back pure cards that are purely good for removing our opponent's creatures from the game. 94119 941 192 409 409. Compulsory evacuation device. One of the best cards in the game because just returns a monster to hand. 6120 6120 475 475. So 77754.
By the way,
4944. Give me a second.
now would be a good time.
If you're wondering about donations, give me a minute, because I've got to make sure I don't screw these up. 9861. It's more to the whole fact of if I screw this up, not only do the old term of you get nothing, but you don't even get the money back. And we're done with the passwords. So feel free to chime in.
I would like to point out that it has been a heck of a marathon so far. Not only in terms of, just all of the fun shenanigans, me getting convinced to drink a jar of olives, but a world record has been set during this marathon, which doesn't happen every marathon, to put it lightly.
That is true.
If you want to understand why I'm drinking a jar of olives, or if you want to see the world record for Totally Spies to Undercover, the marathon odds will be uploaded to YouTube in due time, so bear it in mind. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, so you'll be able to see it.
I can take it out there, I will keep offerings. First one, reload, I can choose to... Yeah, take out the monsters. Okay, good. Take out Armored Lizard, 55, 52. Take that out, dry it out, 50. 23. I forgot to take Safe out there. My bad. Okay, yeah, keep copycatted. Double graceful dice there. Okay, that's good for me. Yeah, takes out a deep seated out. That one there, we'll leave that in, that in, that in, that in, that in. Yep. So we're gonna copy this over to here. Essentially what I'm doing now is shoving all those nice shiny new cards into the deck to basically just start removing things from our opponent's deck. And by that I mean just like, no, you do not get fun, opponent. So we're gonna go through all this stuff now. Now we're on to Joey Wheeler, Jonoti for his Japanese name. And since we have a lot of removal now, we'll be good for a lot of stuff. If you noticed how I kept a 7 Tools of the Bandit in there, Joey's core deck that the game gives him naturally has Mirror Force. We are on week 3, which is the week where Mirror Force is legal. So, put it shortly, he's always going to have Mirror Force, so we always are going to have to deal with it, so it doesn't matter on anything like that one. Okay, Island Turtle. Yeah, I'll set Island Turtle. I'll set Regeki Break, and I'll Regeki Break timing for, I guess, Battle Phase. We want to draw out a monster of his to attack. Okay, Goblin Attack Force. No. It'll go to defense, so I can just keep it like that and use a Big Bang shot to essentially draw, be able to deal damage to it. Make more for that. Yeah. I'm going to Regeki Break that back row. And let's see what it was, shall we? In a minute. Let's see what it was. Magic Jammer. Oh, goody. That's a good thing to get rid of. As his highest thing only has like a couple of his copies of Goblin Attack Force, so next highest monster attack is Zembira the Dark at 2100, so at minimum, if he has a Zembira in hand, it will be set, and that's also got a low defense, so we've got a lot set up. Or Time Wizard, dear God, please miss the flip, please miss the flip, please miss the flip. Yes! Sorry for that one there. He also has Polymerization, please no, good. Good. Offerings to the Doomed, we are going to set that there. Timings that for Battle Phase. 7 our Goblin Attack Force here. 23, 21, 3, 31, not enough. I was debating whether or not I should use the Karate Man's effect to essentially put that up to 3100, although I would lose it to be able to actually finish him off. Since I couldn't do that, I just decided it's good the way it is, leave it there, and push through for the next turn. That's why I also put Offerings to the Doomed as a timing, which there is the option to put it as an automatic where the game will ask you every time, you know, every possibility, do you want to actually use this card effect? Offerings to the Doomed just gets rid of a face-up monster at the cost of a draw phase. And I don't know about all of you, but I'm more than willing to get rid of not take a draw phase in order to get rid of their monster if it's going to let me win. That is all of what the term tempo is about. Control the pace of the game. Offerings, make a morph, Island Turtle, okay. We're going second. Nope, first. Okay, so trap hole there, yes. Or Attack Force. Yeah, I'll set Goblin Attack Force, and that one there. Set Offerings to the Doomed. Times that for Battle Phase, but I won't be using that first. I'll be using the Trap Hole first, as Trap Hole is a bit more narrowly focused, so it's better to use the cards and effects that are a bit less, how best to put it, like, they aren't as efficient. Let's just put it that way. So I will use Goblin Attack Force here. Okay, good. Do that there. Now main phase 2, even though it's in defense, we're going to set this reinforcements. one nice thing about Megamorph now is that it can act as removal. Since we have more life points and we control it, its drawback of having a higher amount of damage to us. Nah, I don't mind losing either of them. Debating on that one there, but since it's less of an attack value, well, basically if we have more life points, our monster is halved. His attack is halved. Since his monster's attack is... Okay, let's see here. Yes, that. Yeah, flip summon that there. Higher life points. Megamorph, Big Bang. Yeah, I'm gonna throw out Megamorph first, so that we'll have his monster's base attack, and if it's a Magic Hammer. Okay, that's good for me, too. Okay, we'll use Big Bang shot here. Let's see, 16 plus that, plus that. Yeah. It's at what? 19, okay, 18, Yeah, I'm gonna just kill that there, deal damage, and then use our other stuff to win. Debating through all the possible combinations of stuff I could use. I'll use the Offix of the Doom to kill his whatever monster he summons next, and then finish him off on the next turn. Very nice as far as just what the game's giving me right now. Okay, 17. Yeah. Not enough to kill, even without losing a draw, but close enough. Okay. And that's why we build up other things. There's only one card in the deck that could stop us, and he had the card. But luckily we have life points still to work with. Island Turtle. Okay, we'll use Island Turtle. Luckily we've run through a lot of the stuff that could kill it. Pot of Greed. What does it do? Oh, what does it do?
Yeah, well, yeah, it's like Pot of Greed. Draw 2 cards.
I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be 3 cards for all I know.
That's graceful charity.
Wasn't there Avatar of the Pot of Greed?
Yes, there is an Avatar of the Pot of Greed, and dear God, don't look up the image for that one.
Oh no.
It will make you shudder.
Also, I am back.
It's the effect.
Welcome back.
And Tempest, I'd like to point out the effect of Avatar of the Pot of Greed is that it makes Pot of Greed draw 3 cards.
Okay. That's actually very funny. Alright.
Let's see if I can actually survive this one, because if I need to, I will take... Positive note, he will sacrifice a monster.
I saw a Time Wizard on there too.
Yeah. Which is why we're behind. Right into a Mirror Force, then a Time Wizard.
Dang.
Yeah. However, at minimum, we'll be able to do something nice. No attacky with Panther Warrior for you. Now he must summon another monster. He will sacrifice his monster to attack and destroy Gearfried. So I only have to worry about the one monster versus other stuff. See if I draw something that can win. Most likely not, so... Well, maybe. Maybe here, I say, just because... Good. No monster there. Mahavilo. Okay, I'll show up Mahavilo. I'll flip summon this. I'll return that to hand. Return this to hand. Attack here. Timing. Battle phase. We might still be able to pull this one off. If not losing more time. Okay, 1700. Only one card stops us. The one card I was hoping that it wasn't. Oh, we're not dead, but heart of the cards, please. How much is the monster? 17? 17 tie. I want to scream now. Because I'm going to have to do this, because honestly, if I traded on that one there, he'd summon a monster and we would still die. What is my time at?
You are currently at 1 hour, 17 minutes, and 39 counting.
Okay. Okay. So still under... Thought so. Just one of those, like, wanted to make sure. Okay, Goblet Attack Force, Mahavilo, Big Bang, Change of Heart. Okay, so... I want to start out with Reflect Bounder. I want to save the Mahavilo plus the Equip card. I'm going to Change of Heart, whatever monster he summons. Zabira. Good enough, he'll take 2100 here. I'll take 400, but Reflect Bounder's effect will deal 2100, which is very good for me. Now his monster can't attack directly, but I want to Change of Heart it. Out of all the options we've got, it's the one card we can afford to have, you know, Magic Chamber waste on. So yes, we want Mahavilo now. We want to use Big Bang Shot. On it, equip there. Maybe behind, but in a marathon setting, you take what you can get. The game's been somewhat good to me, somewhat not so good to me. So we'll set the Graceful Dice here. Use this 2450 to get rid of the Zimbira. $550 there. And now the estimate is, you know, solid as it is. Sage, okay. Polymerization. No fusion, no fusion, no fusion. Good. So Copycat, we want to keep the Copycat in hand. I'm going to forgo a bit of damage right now to play around the possibility of a Mirror Force. Good, not Mirror Force, so good enough. 41. Now we do want to summon out our Karate Man. We'll use the Graceful Dice and hopefully be able to take advantage of some stuff. Okay, come on, fail please. Thank you. That's a good thing. And since I know what he's got, 24 plus that, that'll be covering enough damage. I'll use this here. Well, I should say I was attempting to use that so I didn't have to summon another monster. But works out enough so that we can just kill him. Now, I could do that during damage calculation, but the problem is the game does not have a setting for use damage calculation. And I also was not sure if I had enough damage on that one there, so I was just going to, you know, take the use math, bake sure, just do that there, so we're done. So we're on to Yugi again. We're on to Yu-Gi-Oh! Again, as the game says. Now, Yugi would normally have Mirror Force, but because we waited an extra week at the start, because we started doing tournaments during our second week of the run, Yugi would have Mirror Force, and we would still have to deal with a lot of other little things. And it's just smarter to not have to deal with it. So we go over to Favorites, go to Monster Reborn, take out Change of Hearts. If you've noticed just how often I have seen some of those favorite cards, it just how often like it does affect things. It's one of those things I'd love to get more people to look into there, just so I could know exactly the percentages to take more advantage of it, but you take what you can get there. So wish me luck, all. Wish me luck. Karate Red, reload. Okay, Fissure. Okay. Don't want to use that yet. Gear Free, it's got that there. So I'm going to just reload now because the hand is not the best, and hopefully get some more removal. Okay, that's good enough. Apple reinforcements, widespread ruin, Crimson Soldier. We're just going to keep it like this. We're going to use the traps in best order. 19 Gemini Elf. So since Trapple only works on face on summons, we're going to use that here. Back row. 7-colored fish. Yes. Also, Torrential Tribute is banned this week, so I don't have to worry as much, and the Widespread Ruin will help us negate attacks. But Yugi does have Magic Cylinder, so we're going to attack in order of lowest to highest. Also, this is something that a lot more people do as well nowadays, thanks to the old card Gore's Emissary of Darkness, which, if your opponent had no monsters on the field, it would deal a lot of damage to you, because you would summon out, I think it's 2700 attack monster, and then a, they would also get a token equal to the damage they took. And although I could have used Widespread Ruin, I'm using this here, so that way I don't have to worry about certain things. Behold the power of Reload. Reload is legitimately one of the MVPs of this run, as it lets you just shuffle back your hand and get a whole new, draw a whole new hand based on whatever any cards you had in there. It is an MVP. It is not on the list at all. It technically goes -1 in card economy, but at the same point, in a speedrun, being able to just look at a new set of new set of hand, throw down everything we want from there, just get a new card, just does a lot. Graceful Dice, okay. Reinforcements, definitely. Island Turtle, Graceful. Yes, yes. I'll set the Big Bang shot, and then I'll reload the others. Okay, Graceful Dice again, Big Bang, Reinforcements. It said Graceful Dice. It says you don't have to worry about having any cards that get rid of my face downs. A Sangan. Well, lucky us. He summons a Sangan. He does have Penguin Soldier. We're not going to use anything to power up our defensive monster. Geki Break. We're going to set that there. I'm not going to time exit just yet. We'll do that there. Yeah, Big Bang. Yeah, for what I've got options to, I'm going to use this here first, so I have setups. It also plays around that. I'm going to save the other cards so I can actually take advantage of things to be able to use them to power up one of my monsters to be able to get rid of anything he summons. No.
Always a good strat to have in general. Like, if you have no means of, like, using a spell card or trap card that can, like, destroy a monster, then normally having something that can just power your monster up, like an equip, is one of the common plays to go for, usually.
Yep.
One of my personal favorite equips is Black Pendant, which not only ups your attack and defense by 500 points, but if if the monster is destroyed, and so too is the spell card, then the opponent loses some of their life points.
Oh. Have you ever looked up what thing won the 2020 the actual World Championship for 2006, as far as the Game Boy Advance stuff went? Oh, no, it actually used Black Pendant.
Ah,
It
perfect.
literally was the Reversal Quiz FTK. Basically, the player got the life points down to 500, equipped a monster with Black Pendant, and then immediately flipped Reversal Quiz because they knew what was on top to essentially send it all to the graveyard and win.
Wow. That's incredible. That is incredible. I gotta look that up.
Look it up. It's funny. They even took advantage of a glitch. Essentially, one of the cards was coded incorrectly so they could fail to find. To the point of it actually had ramifications on the real-world TCG. As there is a ruling now because it involved the Agents of Creation Venus. Essentially, it let them kept summoning the card, failing to find the cards that it would search, and then continue onward like that, if I recall. But your fun Yu-Gi-Oh! History.
One thing I do like from certain live Yu-Gi-Oh! Events or tournament events that have happened in the past, and you're probably going to know the name of which one in particular. Sometimes they bring in the voice actors.
Oh, the character duels?
Yeah, the character duels.
Yeah, I don't really follow the TCG as much nowadays, but I tend to keep an eye to it just because the content that they usually have on YouTube and other stuff, from the actual YouTubers from that stuff, tend to be kind of funny.
I also got to admit, I was not expecting the crying Yugi portrait after we won.
Oh, it's even funnier. I have a photo of... Oh, by the way, we're on the final duel stuff, the Casey Cup Seto Kaiba. Yugi's grandpa basically being pissed off if you beat him.
Oh, man.
Also, what are we looking at time?
Last I checked, it was a little bit over an hour, and... Okay, yeah, we are 2 minutes away from 1 hour 30 minutes. So
okay,
I think we've
good. Should
got
be
more
good.
than that time.
Yeah, we should. Go in first against Kaiba, who I might add has a lot of actual high attack monsters. Okay, Graceful Dice is good here. Let's reborn all set here.
Dragon is going to be one of them because when is he not without? Like, when is he without those? Am I right?
3 Blue Eyes Ultimate, 3 Blue Eyes White Dragons, a bunch of other stuff here, just like you see here.
And then also
400
Ultimate Dragon, like you almost said.
Oh no, he can summon that too. I was going to use Graceful Dice on that one there, but now that he basically powered that up, I'm not going to. Because Spear Dragon minimum will go to defense. Fun fact, if this was to the championship, we would actually have the ability to access his Spear Dragon. As you win a good deck from this, which is very, very, very powerful. Like, it gives us our final combo and we just power that up afterwards. The gate attack, yeah. Okay, that's gonna be okay.
I'd like to remind you all that this is available on the one of the newest, wow. Okay, yeah, we're near the end of the run, and of course I'm gonna get a fourth slip up of speech in there.
It's all good. No.
But yeah, this is the early days collection, right?
Yep, it's the early days collection.
Yeah, so if you'd like to-
highly recommend it too.
Yeah, it should be available on, I believe, all modern consoles, unless they skip the Xbox console.
Just Switch, actually.
Just Switch. Oh,
Switch
wow.
and PC. At present.
PC, I had a feeling, yes. PC makes sense.
Just Switch at present. However, my bet is that they will release it on another console. And positive note, we just got rid of that dragon. And for Smartly, he did not change it to attack position, so that's good for us. So we'll use Dark Fire Soldiers here, summon that out. Did that actually go to the graveyard? Yes, it did. Sometimes the game is nice and monsters that should not go to the graveyard will go to the graveyard. Case in point, Spear Dragon here.
Yeah.
As Big Bag shot to it should have not let it go to the graveyard. The game cheats, if you all can't tell. I have a lot of clips of just the game cheating like no one's business, like with Mako and others. just like outright like him summoning a monster that cannot normally be summoned except by removing monsters from play when he has nothing in his graveyard and setting it. It's the fave, okay. That doesn't matter to us. He'll get back Big Bag Shot because it's the only cards he's got. We'll use this here. Deal some more damage. Kaiba is being kind to us. Not the best, but not the worst as far as this goes right here. Okay. What's you attacking, Kaiba? Big Bang.
Dragon number 2.
Yep. We're gonna Waboku this right now. No, don't need to use Graceful Dice. I'll just do that there.
Waboku? What does it do?
Ironically, the original version of the card is actually written incorrectly. It's written horribly as far as this MTG lore goes, language goes, and well, that'll do. This will do nicely. So we're going to attack here, get rid of this. Then we're going to pick one of our monsters to attack directly. Because we rolled a 6 on that Graceful Dice roll. Very nice.
Nice. Nicely done, dude.
You do what you gotta do. And Kaiba is... he has a lot of 1900 attack monsters in his deck, so we gotta do everything we can to win. Shuffle, gear for you. Not bad for an opening hand.
Just only begun here. It's not over until the fat lady sings. And yeah, no, this ain't baseball, but I'm still allowed to say it, gosh darn it.
Hey, it's all good. Yeah, reload and that one there. Reinforcements. Gear Freed will be the best of those options.
Yeah, I was gonna say Gear Freed seemed like your best option.
Well, in all fairness, it's more to set up for the following
Other
turn.
Gear Freed, wait, what? Oh boy.
Oh no, this is good enough. The other card's Tribute to the Doomed.
Oh sure, that makes sense. I'm just, you know.
I know, I know.
What got us that?
Choices, yeah, I'll have to Waboku here. There's reinforcements would only tie it. And I want to keep my monster around. Prevent him from attacking. Face down there, okay. Well, couple reinforcements though. That's good. We'll just summon that there. We'll keep the Tribute to the Doomed in our hand. And now we have 1,000 extra power. Okay. Cybertech
All according
Alligator.
to Keikaku.
Yep, all according to plan. No. We'll attack one of them. Tribute to the Doomed, and I don't know what that face down is. So I'm just going to have to eat that one in a sense. Then pay to pump this up to be able to take out the other one. And then hope that I draw something good. Yes. Yes. I mean, I could have taken out one or the other. In this instance, it's safer to do this. So that way, whatever my next monster is, if it's a monster or whatever, it's actually got a lot of... well, that'll work. That'll work. Bounce both. Whichever survives, I can get rid of it. Okay. Attacking that there versus that one. Not the best, but... okay, let's go for this here. 7-colored fish. Flip this up. Take both back to hand. Test it. I don't have to do that, but you do what you have to do on that one there. Okay, trap hole. Okay, yeah, I'm going to take the concession here to be able to hopefully win on the next game. I can win, it's just... it's going to take a bit. And just like before, if we gotta save to make sure we get through, we save to make sure we get through. Not my best, but still within my average for things. Fissure, Waboku here, definitely there, Karate Man, da 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 da. The Karate Man get out his First monster. Battle phase there, because get to 2k, 18, Megamorph would work. Okay, Spear Dragon. That'll work. Actually, no, I can't change it. The one monster I would have loved, I should have had it in for one attack declaration versus everything else. The one monster where you want it for something different. Okay, Harpy's brother. Okay, so I'm gonna have to set this now to on attack declaration. Fissure that now. And hope I wasn't an idiot there. 19, okay. Probably was about there, but still, that's why we do what we do. That's why I made a save. I'd like to have to do some of this stuff, but you do what you gotta do. And now we're just gonna sit on this for a minute. Timer's time. Oh, good God. Well, remember how I said I had to make a save? Even I can do maths. And I didn't want to have to do that, but you do what you gotta do.
Round 3, huh?
Yep.
Go.
Well, round 4, technically. Let's pretend the other one did not happen. So we'll set this here. Timing's this. I said Kaiba can be hard. So we're gonna set all this up. Now that we have some removal, we can manage it a lot easier. I didn't want to choose to rewind, even though I could have. Because, well, gotta be able to actually make it, you know, somewhat interesting. Double Fissure, Copycat. So we'll set that there. Have offerings. I have it set for battle phase. Good. He does not have Mirror Force or anything else like that, so we can just deal with this. Attack straight. Worst thing he has is a negate attack. And with Double Fissure, yeah, we can do that. We chillin' there. Wasteful. Nope, don't need to worry about that one. Yeah, I think I'm gonna actually go for this here. Because if it's a magic jammer, it doesn't matter, we take some damage. Either way, we'll be able to set some stuff up. And the positive note is, because it was not truly equipped to the monster, at least in this game, it stays on the field. Yeah. Okay, so we'll have to keep that Copycat in hand. Okay, back row. Offerings to the Doomed, we'll set that there. I'm not going to set it up for anything like that. We're going to use Copycat to basically take advantage of that one. And that there says it's Magician of Faith. Ring of Destruction, okay. Keep lowering your life points, Kaiba. Keep lowering your life points. Okay. Okay. Cybertech Alligator, Big Bang Shot. We'll take some damage here. But I'm going to keep the offerings to the Doomed here. The name reason on that one is I'm going to take its attack power with Copycat. But use Copycat, going to actually use its effect. Get 2500. Fissure that now. And now for the following turn, I am going to set Penguin Soldier and basically be able to get rid of their attack strength. And just in case, I'm going to make sure that's on battle phase to play around a Change of Heart.
This is looking pretty winnable, hopefully.
Yes.
Dark Hole, there's the card that I mistakenly called Trap Hole.
It's alright, man. I'm gonna have to set Penguin Soldier then. And I'm
Still
good.
funny.
Yep. Gonna have to set that like that there. Back row there. Okay. Karate Man. Okay, fissure that. Okay. We've won. We have won.
Let's go.
I'm going to do this here. Get rid of that, because I don't care. I do not care. So we're going to use Penguin Soldier here. We're going to return this to hand. Not care. We're then going to use Karate Man. We're going to hit. Activate its effect. It now has 2,000 attack. Make
You know,
sure
knowing
I...
what the Karate Man's art, I think it's pretty cool. Pretty
Karate
stylish.
kick. I'm just remembering Tenacious D. Anyway, we are approaching time, so once it tells us we've won and we've got money, just won the KC Cup and time.
GG. Oh yeah, nicely done, man.
Not the best, not the worst. What was my time?
Let's
I
take
believe
a
your
look.
time was a 1:42:38.
Ooh,
Axe?
just under it.
And ironically, one of my worst times on the run in a long time. Trust me, my best time is a 1:18. My average is around a 1:30.
Too shabby.
But I'm glad I got to show this off. It's an amazing little thing. I've been trying to make it a lot easier for people to just get in, learn the basics of this game. It is just like, it has a lot it has some RNG into it, but it's a lot more easy to be known and a lot easier to practice. Since the early days collection, you have stuff like this. You know, you have the ability to rewind, you have the ability to save and load. So you can turn, you know, runs that will die, because you can't really use them, into actual runs that, you know, can become good for practice. So I know for a fact we met that Exodia showcase, so I'm going to swap over to my actual main profile and load that up.
Also, I saw that Wing of Darkness preset right there.
Hey, hey, hey. I have to do that because